Fitz. TK, following Fitz again. Hugo TK! That's no way to introduce yourself. 4 minutes into the community shield.
Didn't have to do anything sort of brilliant within the passes. He's just drifted onto this left-hand side. TK makes a run, he's onside. Lays it off, and then a simple little pass in from Fitz. Good first touch, you've got to say. I didn't actually think at the time he struck this very cleanly, but he's certainly very accurate. Not a lot of pace on it, but enough to get it past Dean Henderson. Guided very well. It was all about the first touch. The first touch on the left foot, just to open up his body. And he was under a little bit of pressure from two centre-halves. And that's a way to endear yourself to your new fans.
Mitchell. Kamada. Speaking Soboslai. Require the further intervention of Frimpong to stop him.
An extra touch that he didn't have to take. And that allowed Frimpong to get back in. But if he'd have put that ball in early when he got into that left-hand channel.
Lovely touch by TK. On by Wirtz. Here's Salah. Combination of Liverpool's new and old. And there's Gakpo. And now the flag goes up.
The line, but the deft little touch here, absolutely fantastic. And actually the ball from Florian Wirtz wasn't as good as it should have been, because actually Mo Salah had to check his stride a little bit. That was probably just a bit offside. It was a very poor finish anyway. But had Florian Wirtz played that ball ahead of Mo Salah and a little bit straighter, he was through on a 1-on-1.
So, Kamada. Mateta through, no flag. And Alisson wins that duel. Ball still in play. And Van Dijk makes a challenge and concedes a penalty.
Sorry, that goes down here. I thought at the time, there's not a lot of a challenge there. He just catches him on the foot. I think Ismail Assar sees it coming.
Mateta for Palace, who are level.
Well, he might have been hesitating on his 1-on-1, but he was pretty nonchalant there, wasn't he? As he stepped up. Finished the season brilliantly, came off the back of the most horrendous head injury. I don't think people realise just how bad it was. He's playing without the protective mask now, which is nice to see, so he's back to full confidence.
Frimpong. And that has crept in.
But had to take some sort of deflection. Certainly Frimpong trying to pick somebody out at the back post. Has to be a big deflection here. Slide. Wow.
They were ruled into great effect last season. Hughes arriving.
And I think they just got in each other's way in the end. Cracking ball here, wasn't it, from Eze? Diagonal, a really good diagonal ball to set these Palace wing backs away. Munoz on this side, Mitchell on the other. And again, you put anything decent into the box with the kind of physicality that Oliver Glasner's side have, and they're going to cause you a problem.
Topples over. The referee decides that it's time for the first yellow card of this community shield.
And the challenge all came about after a bad pass from Dominic Szoboszlai. Yeah, and it's different. And Mateta did really well there because he had absolutely no support. He couldn't play to the other fullback because he was so high up the field.
Here comes Munoz. Salah was the closest to it.
Little nudge from Konate, but not enough to give a foul. It was good defending. How he finds that much space, I'm not quite sure. And he just, I don't know, there's not a lot of control here. Yeah, plays it on the ground, I think.
Mateta. Head of Arsenal last season. Cody Gakpo off and running. Gokes and TK.
Well, in some sense, this was a Mateta offside. In some sense, this was an easier chance than the one he scored.
Florian Wirtz, TK.
Another, I think, beautiful little balls around the corner that he plays. And he's under a bit of pressure there.
Salah. Eze. Having little to do with that. Gehi. And the flick, first by Mateta, nearly allowing Salah to score.
It was a beautiful ball in. Yeah, again with a... I've seen a couple of diagonal passes he's played today. That was a really nicely floated ball in there. Nice and flat, a little bit of pace on it. Salah was offside, but you just felt that, he didn't quite attack this. He's a little hesitant going for it anyway.
He's got to Walton. Palace have got some numbers here. One of them is Eze. And a better Eze brings a smart stop from Alisson.
I talked about him being the guy that, couldn't miss out grabbing Bert McAllister back, and, hands that one to Walton. Another option here, Mateta hits Salah on the right.
Turn from Wirtz, and a wasteful finish. Now a chance. Salah going through!
First half, there seems to be a big gap between... No, he's gone down Gakpo, there's no foul there, he was looking for it. And then there's that space again. I talked about Kerkev's position. Look at the gap between Van Dijk and Kerkez, and Van Dijk steps out. I don't know why he steps out. That allows a huge gap for Ismail Assar. And I thought actually taking it a little bit close to Alisson, who was bearing down on him, but he just got there in time. It's a brilliant finish.
Puts it towards Sarr. They're appealing for handball. Only a corner given at this stage.
Well, there can be no doubt it hits his arm. The question is... No, they're going to stick with that. And I'm okay with that,
Okay. And there's Salah.
We haven't seen a lot of him as a white player taking players on, making things happen, but this is his forte, isn't it? Has a bit of a quiet game, then normally steps on.
Munoz, and then a very uncomfortable looking Jean-Philippe Mateta. So he pulled back by Salah, who's going to be yellow carded. And now it's Liverpool's turn. Elliott to Salah. Yeah, he really struggling. Lacroix, the defender in front of Salah. Harvey Elliott. McAllister, and whacked by Soboslai. Eze. Deveni. And he's repeated the dose. Teta, and Palace lead. And Henderson goes a long way.
Low, but not particularly powerful. Goes for the side foot. Great save.
Goalkeeper, post, and a combination of the two.
He didn't watch him. You watch him. He waits until the last minute. He does not go for all the little shimmies. Heel has probably just stayed on the line, I think, and then it's not a powerful shot at all.
Not wasting any time at all. The stutter. And the confident dispatched.
I mean, the players are they're almost idling up to the ball.
Well, you are speaking as a man with the experience of having had the chance to score a hat-trick of penalties in a Premier League game, Craig. Elliott, and Henderson again.
He's a very talented player. He telegraphs that. I talked about that. It's placed terribly. I mean, that gap that he put on at half-time, he could have thrown it on it.
Minute. Soboslai, no doubting that one.
A penalty of just sheer conviction. Made his mind up, no shaming.
And Treveni ensures more Palace glory. They become the first team to win the Community Shield at the first time of asking since Nottingham Forest, 47